Day in the city. You got us locked right here to talk about some sports with you for an hour. Super excited. I got Mr. Willie Epting Jr. on right with me right now. And then Marshawn Powers is going to be a little bit later on the show. And Willie, how are you? What's up?
Um, I just want to say to everybody in Cleveland that I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I,
Wait, hold
I'm
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Time's out. A man just apologized. Oh my God. Hold on 1 second. I gotta play something. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Disbelief.
okay. I'm sorry, Cleveland, and the rest of the Dog Pound Nation. Um, you know, it's you guys are staring 3 and 4 right in the face.
Ooh, how you gonna do that to us right now? How you gonna
I'm
say that, Willie?
I'm sorry because of the Browns now looking like a band-aid unit because of all of the injuries. And Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb have both been ruled out for Thursday, which is 2 days from now.
Ain't it brutal? Ain't it
Brutal.
brutal? The top running back duo in all of football, top running backs who the number one rushing, stat in all of I almost said Major League Baseball, got baseball on the brain, and the
Mhm.
NFL it is down done. It's down for who knows how long because they said Kareem Hunt can miss 4 to 6 weeks. You can definitely survive, Kareem Hunt, but not to have Nick Chubb as well, who was one of the top, three backs in the league.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tragedy. And then we haven't even mentioned the quarterback yet. I mean, he's playing with a torn labrum,
Fully torn.
and that hurts. I mean,
Have you had a torn labrum?
I have a partially torn labrum now.
Okay, and what is that like to live with?
Sometimes I can't lift my arm over my head.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. It's the defense is gonna really need to do some defensive stuff and not be offensive on defense. If you know what I mean. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
because their play has been really offensive. Um, and look, let's just give a little bit of credit to Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to call them the Phoenix Cardinals because I hate it when teams name when teams have their state as their name. I'm going to call them the Phoenix Cardinals. Okay. Let's give
Yeah,
credit
I
to
don't
the
like that either, but it's only one team in Arizona, so
yeah. Okay, but there's only one. I mean, big deal. There's only one team in Portland. They're not called the Oregon Trailblazers. They're
you
not
just
called
picking fights now, Willie. You just
they're,
picking fights.
they're not called the Washington Seahawks. Although that would be kind of funny. But what I'm saying, Rachel, is that for a team, I'm not bashing the Browns because I have an affinity for the Browns because of all of the wonderful people in Cleveland that I have met, to
Yeah,
include yourself, as
thank
well as
you.
Cleveland Kate, as well as Rachel, as well as Zach, as well as John, as well as Marshawn. All you guys that I have met, via the world of social media. I really feel like we're family, and there's a reason why you guys are part of the Shake Back Media Group team, because of that reason. So when you hurt, I hurt.
Oh, I owe you something. Thank you for reminding me. Sorry about that.
What are
You gotta
we?
remind me.
You owe me something?
My headshot and stuff. You gotta remind me about that stuff.
I got.
Go
Wait
ahead, though.
a
Sorry.
minute. Wait a minute. Say it again. You owe me what?
My headshot and stuff like that.
No, no,
I
you're
owe you some
good.
stuff. Oh,
You're
okay.
good.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
I'm
that just
waiting.
came to me now.
No, I'm waiting on Marshawn.
Oh, okay.
So can
Go
we
ahead.
tell
Carry on.
can we tell the people why Marshawn is running a little late?
I want him to tell that story himself. So I definitely was gonna have him tell it. But we gotta have him tell it We got
Okay.
to have him tell it
Okay.
because
So anyway,
I want to laugh.
yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna laugh too. Okay, but anyway, when you guys hurt, I hurt. Like when the Cleveland baseball team, I guess we can officially call them the Guardians now. When the Guardians were out of it, I hurt with you guys. I really did. Now the Cavaliers, that's a different story because they're gonna cause a lot of pain for a long time. So
yeah.
I can't get with that long time pain. Um, so anyway, back to the Cleveland Browns, man. I don't know. Who do you guys have on Thursday, by the way?
The Denver Broncos.
The Denver Broncos. Is it at home?
Yes, it is at home.
It is at home. Well, the Broncos are coming off of a loss against some team that plays in Vegas. I think I might have one of those jerseys on my wall. If you can see here, let me expand this. Wow, there it is right there. Next to Drew Brees. Oh, there's Crabtree, and then there's Mac, and then anyway, I have a really bad feeling about the Browns at this point. It just does not feel good for a team that Dan Orlovsky and Rex Ryan and Ryan Clark, all from ESPN, says that the Browns have a 6-0 roster, but a 500 team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's hard to disagree with what they said.
Can I jump in? I'm here now.
Yeah, gotta have you. That is Marshawn.
What's up, Willie? What's
up,
Willie? Hey, listen, I was listening to y'all on the way in. They kept me backstage. I was gonna jump on and talk while I was on my way here, but I'm gonna have to say this, man. I had a little bit of time. Monday is overreaction Monday. Tuesday is when you at your normal thoughts. So I had a little bit of time to think about it. If the Browns gonna beat the Broncos, it's gonna be on two things, is what I say. One, Kevin Stefanski gonna have to get in his bag. I don't care about your playbook. I need your bag. Your playbook ain't big enough, is what you're showing me. So I'm gonna need you to be in your bag this game.
Bag of tricks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I need to see some trickery, some plays, some 15-yard out routes. We don't run those. When the last time you seen one of those with the Browns? I rewatched the game yesterday. I had some.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I had to.
Crazy, man.
I had to have a few beers while I was watching it. But
I'm watching that travesty.
I think it's gonna come down to Stefanski with his creativeness, because I feel like if we could get not Wyatt Teller, if we could get back the right tackle, I think we'll be fine in the run game. I think because we always run to the right anyway. Wyatt Teller and Jack Conklin, I think we'll be fine that way. But as far as on the pass game, Stefanski gonna have to come with a bag of tricks. Yeah, we don't have Hunt, we don't have Chubb, but I'm not too much worried about it, because it's a simple fact. I saw what Dearness Johnson did last year without either one. He had 17 carries for 95 yards. And you add Demetric Felton with that, and John Kelly, who looked good in the preseason. So I think the run game is going to be okay. I'm worried about the pass game, and I'm worried about the defensive players. This is the first time you're going to ever hear me give the defensive coordinator a pass. Going back and looking at that game, I can't blame the defensive coordinator. I think that was all players.
Yeah.
That was you got Denzel Ward getting beat. You got Ronnie Harrison playing man when he's supposed to be in zone and ball hawking and giving up an easy touchdown. So you got John Johnson, who got $25 million guaranteed and ain't done anything. So I need those guys to step up. I need to see, did we make good investments? Did we make any good investments on defense? Our linebackers, we already know we got our best linebacker out 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh God.
So we're gonna have to get creative. They had a players only meeting. Anytime they have a players only meeting, only thing positive can come out of that is a win. So I'm hoping that
because Willie said we losing.
Nah, I don't think we're losing.
I didn't say that.
I don't think.
Oh, you thought we was gonna lose?
But I got a question though. Did Marshawn say he got to dig into his bag?
He got to dig into his bag of tricks. Yeah.
Okay, I got something for that.
Okay.
Okay, my bad. Look, first of all, Rachel, you're not telling the truth when you said that I said that the Giants are going to lose.
Sorry.
That is not what I said. What I said was they are staring 3 and 4 in the face.
Yeah, I mean, is the Broncos an easy win? Like I'll tell you this, I've been listening to the other stations around the city. No, they don't need to get no love on this show, but you know what? A lot of them pretty much were saying what I walked away from. A lot of them show. And Rachel, you know who I'm talking about. They just saying like the Broncos just gonna be an easy win.
Yeah, that's what I was gathering. They said, you know, that the Broncos started off 3-0, and they were looking like a team on the rise, but they slowly sank down to earth. But it's hard to win in the NFL, period. So even a terrible team, it's going to be hard to win against the Lions. You know what I'm saying? They're the most terrible team because they don't have any wins yet, right? No. But that's going to be a difficult game, especially when we got injuries and things like that. Your quarterback hurt. Who knows? You know what? How far away is that game? It's a little bit ways down.
We got them after Pittsburgh.
Okay. So that should be a winnable game. But as we're noticing, things aren't always as they seem, and you know what is winnable turns into a battle, and you're lucky to get away with it. So
I tell you this, Rachel. There's 53 players on this roster. J.J. Watt said it the best on Sunday. I got to give him his respect for this. He said, no excuses, no BS, find a way to win. They went out and specifically picked Kevin Stefanski. The analytics, the pencil pushers told us that Kevin Stefanski is our coach. I don't want to hear no excuses come Thursday. Hey, you didn't play none of your starters in the preseason. You was getting Kevin Stefanski was the godfather in preseason because he had us believing that, you know, he could had a second and thirds looking like they first stringers.
Only I alone can fix it.
Yeah, so
you know who said that, right?
Hey,
y'all former president
Stefanski. I need you to step up, man. I need Stefanski to show us why he the coach of the year. Is he the coach of the year because you had Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb? Or are you the coach of the year because you know how to win with a team and battle through hard times?
Yeah, and so Marshawn, one thing I do need you to tell us why you were a little late in the studio today.
Oh man, so I'm not gonna put out the job that I do, but I was chased by a rottweiler today.
So you got away?
Yeah, I barely got away. I banged my kneecap. I fell in some mud. You know, it was all bad. So hey, I tell you this, today made me come into the studio and just say, look, I'm gonna be perfect in what I'm saying. I'm trying to get away from this job. That's all. If I could stay in the studio all day and just do shows all day and get paid for it, I would do it.
So how did this happen? How did they get away? Did the owner come and get their dog?
Well, no, you know them invisible fences?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I ran all the way to the other side of the invisible fence where the dog can't come past it. Well, it's not supposed to come past that.
Okay.
And I had to call the owner so I could go walk back up and get my truck.
Dog catcher, dog catcher. Do the dog catcher.
I tell you this, man. I tested my NFL speed today. I think I might have ran.
You hit that second gear.
Yeah, I think I might have hit a 4.2 today.
Yo, you might need to try out for running back. I heard y'all need one.
We glad you okay.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Now, Willie, man, Stefanski out there hurting them boys. Them boys ain't. We only in week 6 and they barely can make it. I don't want to be a running back for the Browns. Man. You gotta play through some pain. You probably ain't never thought that you could withstand.
Yeah, but don't they say everybody's hurt? But there's a difference between being hurt and being injured. You know, and when we come back, because we're gonna take a quick break, we're gonna talk about Baker Mayfield. We still got stuff from yesterday we never even got into. Yeah. But when we come back, we're going to talk about Baker Mayfield because we got to address that. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM. We'll be right back. I'm glad you're all right, though.
Appreciate it. I told my boss, like, man, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna make it, man, because I already don't like going all the way out to the country.
Yeah.
I told him,
So they send you someplace different every day?
No, they sent me the same place. Chardon,
okay.
Ohio, with all Geauga County. Chardon, Burton,
All them.
Middlefield, this country. I tell you this though, Rachel. Shoot. All these folks that's in the city, that's where they moving. Them houses out there beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
They nice.
And they
out
building.
There. They got they got signs, 3.9 acres for sale, 2.6 acres for sale. You just buy the land, put your house in. Yeah. I said, shoot, if I trusted y'all a little bit more, I'd probably move out there. I don't even, they be giving me water and stuff. I don't never even drink it. I don't know. You never know. I see too many Trump signs out there.
All right, welcome back to Her in the Huddle, WOVU, a 95.9 FM. You can always give us a call to join the conversation at 216-271-0959. You can listen to us live at WOVU.org, and make sure you download that WOVU app so you can take us with you on the go. But also, you can watch us via StreamYard on Facebook.com, Rachel L. Hill. And you can watch the show. You can see me and Willie, and Marshawn is here in the studio, but you guys have seen him before. So where do we leave off at? We left off at Kevin Stefanski got to go into his bag of tricks for this one. And this one ain't going to be so easy. But pretty much Baker Mayfield dropped the mic today when he pretty much disclosed that he had a fully torn labrum. And Willie has said that he has you say a partial tear labrum?
Yes.
Oh, so I got it right. I didn't embellish this time.
You got that now, Willie?
Yes.
Oh, you're a beast.
Yes. I don't play sports. Not anymore, but it's a very painful injury. And for me, it comes and goes when I can't even lift my arm above my head.
So let me ask you this. Would surgery be an option for you, or are you just like, nah, I'm good?
I don't need to do no surgery. Or like Fred Sanford said, hoogery? Nah, I don't need to do no surgery, but he wanted me to do some aggressive physical therapy, and I ain't even doing that.
You are so hard-headed. What is wrong with y'all?
Listen?
Why don't y'all listen to y'all doctors?
He's going to make me fly down to Dallas and come have a sit down.
I swear to God.
We got StreamYard and Zoom. You ain't got to fly down here.
Yeah, but we got to get you together. Plus, I ain't never been to Texas before. The Houston airport don't count.
Really? Dallas, I like Dallas. One of my, I used to go to Dallas all the time. Dallas is where it's at.
The Association of Women in Sports Media Conference was supposed to be in Dallas, but it got canceled because of COVID. So
Midtown? Is it It's Midtown, right? Midtown, yeah. Midtown.
What's that?
And in Midtown or Uptown?
What's that?
In Dallas.
There's a Midtown and an Uptown.
Yeah, Midtown is where all the nice little nightlife. I like that.
No, that's Uptown.
All right, Uptown. All right.
Yeah.
I ain't never been before, but we gotta get Willie together. We're gonna go ahead and get on the Spirit Airlines and come on out there.
Well, Spirit don't give you water. I might have to go south.
You bring an empty water bottle. You bring an empty water bottle with you and fill it up there. Hello.
Oh, man.
And that's okay. I don't need water to flight to Texas.
You gotta pay $10 if you don't print out your ticket box.
No, you don't. You can check in on your cell phone now. They got all these technology. Stop knocking Spirit. I ain't never had no issues when I phone Spirit.
I don't know, man. I heard their seats were like the size of this chair that I'm sitting in.
Yeah, they got the soul plane chairs. Remember soul plane? How you had the ghetto part, the economy was the ghetto. That's how Spirit.
Yeah. They got lawn chairs.
And until they want to do some marketing, if Spirit want to pay me, then I might give them a little love. But until the end, I'm sticking with Southwest. Yo, let's get back on these Browns, man. I just want to go out to Berea, put the gloves on, right?
Yeah, so this torn labrum, fully torn and then it frayed, so he's gonna get this second opinion. But as I was advocating, I think that he needs to sit this game. I'd advocated him sitting other games, but it hasn't happened. But now that he disclosed that it's fully torn, you're gonna have other players going after this arm, as you already know. And as we can see, it's affecting his accuracy. So I don't understand. You pay Case Keenum $7 million. Why won't you insert him in the game? I'm just really not understanding that.
No, why? If they sit Baker Mayfield and Case Keenum go out there on Thursday and ball out, Odell Beckham get 2 touchdowns. Jarvis come back, he get a touchdown. The offense look in sync. What are we going to be talking about next week? Is Case Keenum the guy? Me personally, listen, I ain't the biggest Baker fan, but I'm not about to sit here and debate is Case Keenum better than Baker. We both know Baker is better than Case Keenum.
Yeah.
But in Cleveland, we've seen terribleness for the. I don't even know if that's a word. We're gonna make it a word today. We've seen we've seen terribleness for the past 20 years. So if we see anything of a competent quarterback, we going with that. That's that. We're so in a panic right now. You know, the I hate to put you in this group, Rachel, but the older Browns, you know, the ones that was around for the 80s are the ones that's losing their
I
minds.
was a child in the 80s. Hello.
Hey, Rachel, you still remember them. I don't remember anything about the old stadium. All I remember is 99 and now. You know, so we think irrational. The millennials here, we're thinking rational. Listen, Baker.
I'm on the cusp
Baker
of being
play,
a millennial
if
anyway.
Baker gonna play,
yeah,
if Baker gonna play, if Baker want to play, then he gonna play. But I feel like this. If we see any ounce of struggle, you got to sit down. So I mean, Case Keenum, hey, stay ready. But we're gonna ride. I mean, if Baker feel like he want to kill himself to get out there, by any means, go out there. But at the end of the day, Case Keenum gonna be right there, ready and waiting to go because we got to win. This is a must. We cannot lose. We can't lose at the rate that these other teams in the AFC North is winning. Mm-hmm. We can't afford to lose to the Broncos. We have yet to beat a good team this year. We need this win.
Because we don't know how to finish out games.
Who's the 3 wins against?
The Texans, the Bears, and the Vikings. Well, the Vikings they average. They're in the same boat as us. I don't think they're 3-3. But the 2 worst teams, the Bears and the Texans, wasn't no games that I should be talking about right now. I should be talking about a win over either Kansas City, the Chargers, or the Cardinals.
Games in which you was leading you had double-digit leads and squandered them away.
Yeah,
they're gonna pay for that.
Yeah,
they're gonna pay for that at the end of the year because I don't think there's any way the Browns win the division. That's gonna either be Cincinnati or Baltimore.
Yeah.
So
I don't.
Oh yeah.
Cincinnati. Look at the back end of Cincinnati schedule, like the closing end of Cincinnati schedule. They're going to end up as a 7-8 win team. They still got to play Kansas City. They still got to play the Chargers. Ooh. Still got to play y'all.
I'm just saying, this game against the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday is going to be a barometer for this up and coming Cincinnati Bengals team.
Yeah.
And for everybody that trashed them for picking Jamar Chase as their number 1 or their first round draft pick, kind of are eating our words at this point, saying they needed to go O lineman. They should have picked Penei Sewell from Oregon, but they went and got Jamar Chase, and Jamar Chase is on the verge of being Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. I told people last year, I said, man, when Justin Jefferson came out, he was balling. I said, man, y'all just wait till this other guy that he played with come out that was better than him. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, you don't know what you're talking about. You just saying that based off college. I'm like, no. This dude was running routes like a pro. This dude was catching, he was making contested catches in college like a pro. And look at him now. Man. So I said it in the beginning. I believe the Bengals got the best receiving core in our division. North, the Browns division, receiving core don't come close to theirs. But I just starting to see like their defense starting to get injured, starting to fall apart a little bit. And I don't know if they're going to go score for score, be able to go score for score late in the season against those top tier teams that's already starting to find their group.
Yeah, we got a division battle. The Bengals and Ravens play each other this Sunday, so that'll be a good barometer to see, are the Bengals true? But the way the Ravens playing, I agree with Willie. Marshawn, I don't think the Browns have a chance at the division.
To win a division? No. I mean... Baltimore would have to, in the next 5 games, Baltimore would have to lose 2 out of the next 5. But for me to sit here and be like, yeah, the Browns got a chance. Right now, I'm with y'all. I think we're regressing a little bit this season because going into this season, I thought we were clear cut going to win our division. Like I knew our first playoff game was going to be at home, but it's looking like the road to the Super Bowl might be on the road again this year for us. So,
well, let me ask you guys this, and I think I know I've asked you guys this before. because when you look at the Browns' upcoming schedule, at home to Denver, at home to Pittsburgh, at Cincinnati, at New England, those those look, those are 4 games right there. They have to go 3-1. They have to. 2-2 is not gonna cut it because that'll just put them at 5-5. They got to go 3-1 in those 4 contests. And is Pittsburgh going to be a problem? I think so, because of the fact that it's a rivalry game. It's going to be the return of the MAC game again. Cincinnati, of course, man, is playing lights out. Joe Burrow is probably the second best quarterback in the division, and I want to know what you guys think. Do they have to go 4-0 or 3-1 at worst to still have a shot?
Yep.
4-0.
5-5 through 10 games. That don't even sound good to me. Like 500 through 10 games. You know, if they went 500 through 10 games, right? They will have to go on the back end. So that's 10. So on the last 7 games, they will have to go 6-1 to close out the season to make the playoffs.
And I don't think 10 games ain't gonna get it this year.
Yeah, you minimum at the rate we're going right now, minimum you have to win 11 games.
Yeah.
11. Last year, we went 11-5 last year.
12-5.
No, 11-5. We went
11-5.
We went 11-5 last year.
Oh.
And Miami went 10-6 and didn't make the playoffs. So if 10 games last year wasn't good enough, I don't think 10 games this year would be good.
So you guys have the final 6 games of the year at Baltimore, bye week, home to Baltimore, home to the Raiders, at Green Bay, at Pittsburgh, home to Cincinnati. If they are 5-5 after the Detroit game, or if they're 6-5 after the Detroit game, they're gonna have to win 5 of those last 6 games to have a realistic chance of winning that division. I don't see that happening.
My stomach hurt listening to that last bit of that schedule. Good.
Yeah.
So are we saying we don't see the Browns making the playoffs this year?
I'm gonna tell you it's gonna be tough, because that's why I was saying those losses to the Chargers and the Chiefs. And the Chiefs, look, the Chiefs may be fighting for a wild card spot. Who would have thought that?
Yeah.
Okay. They're going to be fighting for a wild card spot, because I think the Raiders are going to get them at least once, and I think the Chargers are going to get them again in LA.
Yeah.
Because they have the recipe. They have the recipe to beat the Chiefs. Both teams do. The Chiefs, I don't care what these so-called experts are saying about the Chiefs. The Chiefs are in trouble.
Yeah.
They are in trouble.
But so I agree. I think the Chiefs defensively is struggling. You know, you let Washington, who virtually, in my opinion, got one of the worst overall offenses in the league, wholeheartedly just to their quarterback play, put up some points. So I think the Chiefs defense need to overhaul. Right on the street, they're interested in Whitney Merciless. I don't know how much that helps their defense, but to answer your question, will the Browns make the playoffs? I'm gonna stick with it, man. I just can't see a scenario where we don't make the playoffs this year, because if we don't make the playoffs this year, somebody's getting fired. Somebody gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody gotta go. It's either gonna be somebody and 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be somebody in the front office, because you pick these players. You brought all these players here.
That's too soon to give it up.
Oh.
That's too soon.
No,
you got one of the best rosters, but could you literally say, okay, injuries is why we didn't make it?
Was Andrew Berry here when we went 0-16?
Yes, but he wasn't.
He was here.
He wasn't in charge.
He was here.
He wasn't big dog.
He had his name on some. He had his name on some print here. Andrew Berry just wasn't sitting in the closet sharpening pencils for the owner. He did something here, so he had his name print on something here. You know, I don't want to go that route of saying fire Andrew Berry, because I like him. I feel like he's
firing nobody, man.
Somebody got to go. Somebody got to. If we don't make the playoffs this year, you think the owners is just gonna say, "Yeah, run it back"?
And have your team as a walking dead right now.
Don't matter.
It don't matter.
Don't matter.
It don't matter.
Don't matter.
Listen, it's 53 guys on that. It's 53 guys on that roster. If the Browns don't make the playoffs this year, somebody getting fired.
Everybody's
I don't know
hurt.
who. It don't matter.
Everybody's
next
hurt.
man up mentality.
Who's y'all's GM?
Andrew Berry.
Okay, so if they fire Andrew Berry, that means Stefanski might not be too long after that. Because if they bring in another GM, that GM is going to want his guy.
Yeah, that's why I think that's the only thing I feel like is Stefanski and Berry. Well, Stefanski really, I can't really say Andrew Berry because he was here when we drafted Baker. Stefanski had that black card in his pocket. I didn't draft this quarterback. This ain't my quarterback. Let me get my quarterback and go from there. But man, Baker around here talking like he the top guy. Like this is team. Like it's him over Stefanski.
Yeah, I don't understand why Baker gets to make the decision if he plays or not on Thursday. Shouldn't that be a coaching decision?
I thought it was a medical staff decision.
Hey, Baker is the coach, the medical staff, and the player.
Because Baker gonna say I'm a go, but Baker's hurt. You got your arm keep popping out of his socket. I don't know how that feels at all, but I can imagine it doesn't feel good. No. So how can you continue to play, continue to get pushed, knocked down, sacked, and not, what I'm saying? I don't understand. I appreciate him wanting to be tough, playing injured. That's part of his legend. But come on, man. We got to take a quick break right quick. We'll get back into some more talk. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM. We'll be right back. All right, what are we going to talk about? We come back. Did you see the DK Metcalf and Shannon Sharp?
No. You better put some respect on Uncle Shay Shay. We can close it out with that. You better put some respect on Uncle Shay Shay 9. We can close out with that, and then I forgot today was the start of the NBA.
Yeah.
No doubt, man. I'm hungry, man. I got chased by a rock roller today.
Good. That's good.
Oh my gosh! Shut up.
Good. Get your cardio up.
Shit. I got my cardio up.
That's cool. No,
Are you getting on the mic?
That hood shit. I like it.
What mic is that? 4?
It's 4.
Hey, man. Ben just don't give a damn no more.
I want
them bad.
I want every person back.
I want them bad. I
just posted on my Facebook. Like, we don't want Ben. You don't want to
bring him here
and win.
Bring him here.
I love
you
college.
Want some training?
I love college. I love college.
Where they say they play?
If I'm plugged in if my headset is plugged in the 4, my headset is plugged in the 4.
Okay, so my the headset is just put my mic on.
Okay.
Just turn over the headset on. Hold on.
You're on 5.
Huh?
You're on 5.
Nope, it's mic 4.
All right, welcome back to Her in the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM. This is your girl, Rachel Hill, the First Lady of Sports, and I am here with Willie Epting Jr., and I'm here with Marshawn Powers. And we were just talking a little football, talking about what are the Browns going to do? Can they win this game? So we want to move on and talk a little bit.
Mike 1, 2, 1, 2.
And also, we got DJ Chris Styles here in the studio with it. Can't resist himself. Talking a little bit of Cavs, talking about a little everything. We appreciated your insight yesterday. We appreciate that. So thank you so much.
You taught me a little bit, just a little bit.
I just tried, man.
I learned nothing.
I don't look at when I'm talking to Cleveland sports besides the Cavs. I'm gonna look at the Browns as a fan. I'm looking at it because it is what it is. I am a very patient guy. I've been patient this long.
So let me. All right. So before you came in, are we still in contention for the playoffs? Is the playoffs
are still in contention? You
still think we? Yeah. You ain't off the train yet.
Nah.
So it's just me and Chris Styles then. All right.
No. It's early. I'd never judge an NFL team the first 8 games of the season. I'm always, what do you look like in the second half? Did you improve in the second half? What are you doing? Are you in your a lot of teams, it's like teams that go 6-0, 6-1, and the back 8-0. Then the second half of the season they're terrible.
Okay, well that happened with Pittsburgh last year.
No, that's just Pittsburgh happening all the time. With teams, they just don't look right.
Might happen to the Raiders this year.
Remember when we talk, if we go back and look at Tampa Bay, look, everybody was talking about they're trash the first 6 games of the season. And all of a sudden it just clicked and it just went. Right, that's football.
Last season,
they went into the bye week.
It's like it is football. That's what happens. So it's all about what you do in the second half of the season. Are you going to improve the second half? If everybody get healthy, everything's going. How do your team look in the second half? Are they fighting? If they stop fighting the first 2 games of that second half of the season, then you just start looking like, oh, we may be in trouble, right? But if they go in there, start fighting and going, and you win a couple games, you're like, okay, they start hitting it. It's football. That's what happens. You never know. It is one of them sports that when it clicks, it clicks. That's why I never in the NFL. I never judge the first half of the season.
Willie got to jump in on that.
Okay, that's somewhat accurate. I don't necessarily agree with never judging a team in the first half, and putting it all totally on the second half, because there have been teams that have started 1-3 or 2-4 and have made many runs in the middle of the season to go up to maybe 8-4 or 8-5, and they're finding themselves in contention for the playoffs at the end. I think this year is going to be strictly or totally different because it's the first time we're going to have 17 games. So that extra game in there will be the first time in the history of this league that no team will finish at 500. It's not going to happen unless somebody gets a tie. And if somebody gets a tie, the percentage will still be not 500. So I somewhat agree with the statement about the pouring it on or the judging or the evaluating in the second half of the year. But I think really by the time we're done with October, teams are going to show you who they are. And what they show you is who they are. The Bears are going to show you that they can't really protect the passer. They've shown us that. The Raiders are going to show that, they have had a spark on defense with the front four getting pressure with just 4, but the back end, still leaves a little bit to be desired. The Cowboys, they've shown you that Dak Prescott can carry the team. That's not gonna change. You're gonna see that throughout the season. So those teams that are rock solid playoff contenders, we already know who they are. But it's those other teams such as
maybe we do, maybe we don't. You don't know because those injuries didn't hit those teams yet. Like things happen, so that's where you're looking. We don't know. We don't know. Dak can still carry a team, but we don't know what other breaking down around him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If Zeke goes out, they're not gonna miss that much of a beat. Trust me when I tell you that. And I hate saying that because I hate the Cowboys, and I'm in the Dallas area. So anybody out there that's listening, that's from Dallas, you already know how I feel about your team. Okay, but if Zeke drops off, they're gonna be fine. Michael Gallup has been missing all year. They're still fine. Lyle Collins on the right tackle, he's gonna be out for another game. They've been fine. That's because Dak Prescott is that guy at quarterback. Now you mentioned injuries. Yeah, injuries is the X factor.
Yeah, that's why I said the second half of the season. You don't know until the second half of the season with NFL season. You know the teams who's going to be good. You know the good teams. Like we know that. I'm not mentioning the good teams. I'm talking about the teams who fairly new, who's just new to this process, who are good on paper, this and that. It's all about the coaching. All these players are going to get better in the second half. All your adjustments going to get better after that bye week, or your scheme's going to get better. All that factors in. So the second half of the season, we have seen it time and time over again. Not just one or two teams, but multiple teams. You come out of nowhere like, how is this team is contending for the playoffs? It's because the second half is this where your coaching comes in at. Where do your coaching staff at? Where your players are already still locked in to go in and play? and their improvement over the season. When you start talking about teams who gearing up for the playoffs, this is when coaching comes in, where the players are locked in. Their players is having work. They're working in the first half of the season, starting to work. All the extra blocks and everything like that. That comes from the coaching staff.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Let me ask y'all a question. The second half of the season, we just kind of read off some of the teams the Browns are going to go up against. We've seen what they are through the first 6 games. Do we have any real reason to believe that it's going to change
for the Browns?
I mean, what have they shown?
I think the Browns did. It's some coaching adjustments they need to do, and again, like I said, the scheme is some stuff that they have to do. And I know they have to do. I think they're starting to recognize they have to do. They also have 10 to 15 players that's injured right now, playing with injuries, and it's already been documented. So that factor, if they get healthy from this week on to the next week through the bye week, and then they have a chance to get back.
How healthy do you expect them to get though?
Healthy enough to play.
I mean,
75-80%.
Last year, I mean, just looking at the team who won the Super Bowl last year, Chris Godwin played with broken hand.
I mean, they want to play. They're gonna play, but like 70-80% being healthy. That's what I'm saying. Like now, you're not gonna be 100% in any season, any football, any level. You're not gonna have anybody playing fully healthy, right? They're gonna be playing with some injuries. But I'm still with the Browns. I think they have something there. I think the coaching staff now got to reevaluate what they're doing. What I talked about yesterday, scheme-wise, that they're very predictable or something. Mm-hmm. And we snap for the Browns. Now that's a player thing. You always got to put your players in position to make plays. Are we doing that? No, we're not doing that fully. And that goes right back to the coaching staff. So when you guys are talking about who's getting fired or things getting fired, they're going to look at that staff like, yo, you need to be able to put these players in position to make plays. Now, I'll agree with you on this in the second half. If they don't do that, then you can chalk it up.
You think they're gonna fire somebody?
Defense will go first.
Okay, because I said
remember they hired Joe Woods before they even hired a head coach.
Okay.
Who's Joe Woods?
The defensive coordinator.
See, they did it all backwards, man.
They hired I don't think Barry was there. I don't think Barry didn't hire him. Barry wasn't there yet. They didn't hire Barry yet. They legitimately, Disa Potter, whatever his name is, Disa, whatever name.
Oh, DePodesta.
Whatever. They hired the defensive coordinator before Barry was even there yet. Before Stefanski was even there yet.
So if that's the case, then do we think that this is the reason why, or maybe one of the reasons why Baker has not been extended past this 5th-year option? Because he is not Stefanski's guy, and Barry is not Stefanski's coach, or is he?
No, Barry is Stefanski's coach. Barry was there in that process of choosing the coach, but he wasn't there in the process of the defensive coordinator. The defensive coordinator was already there first, and then they got Barry on, and then they was choosing the head coach. Baker's not even Barry's guy. Barry was there, but he was at the two lower positions. He was at the bottom of that. And then remember, he left and went to Philly for a while. So he's not even, that's why Baker's not extended, because that's not Barry, he's not married to Baker.
Mm-hmm.
So they were sitting back and waiting. The problem I have with trying to say you want to get rid of Baker is, say we go through and we do make the playoffs. You're still stuck with Baker. You can leave Baker, who else you going to get? Like you can mortgage off and say, oh, I want to mortgage and get Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron don't got that many years left in them. Mm-hmm. So you want to mortgage to try to win one Super Bowl. I want to be a team that consistently makes the playoff and be in the dance. I said this before. I want to consistently be in the dance.
Well, why don't you do this then? Why don't you?
I want to consistently be in the dance. You do that with a younger quarterback. You be there with younger players, so that dance lasts longer. Right? I don't want to be in the dance for 3 years. Then got to rebuild again.
It sounds like LeBron James in the NBA.
No, but in the NFL though, in the NFL you can literally build teams to be competing every year, and it comes right back down to the QB and surrounding them and making sure everything schemes work with them. We're just caught up in the spot that Baker is between 10 and 15 as a quarterback. Now, schematic wise, you got to figure out how to use all his tools. I don't think they used it yet.
Do you feel as if they've done everything to try to surround him with a winning roster?
They did, but I don't think the scheme only works so much for him. Like I said that before. It's a running. We are run first team.
Yeah.
And then once we try to get to the pass and stuff and everything, just look like the routes are so elementary, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you have a freelancer like Odell Beckham, who is a freelance runner, he's able to break off option routes. He's come from that type of offense, so I got option routes. He don't have option routes. So it's a lot of things, a lot of schemes that they gotta look at. And Stefanski gotta look at himself like, yo, you gotta open it up. Remember the Dallas? You remember you from Dallas, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
Willie.
You from Dallas, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So remember that last year when we played at Dallas and we had Chubb out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chubb, and you watch the Browns offense. That's when they went to 5 wide, and they were slinging that ball everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought through the rest of the year, okay, we seen games that was 5 wide, slinging. Even the playoff game against Pittsburgh, slinging that thing around, correct? Even Kansas City playoff, he was slinging that thing around. Come back to the beginning of the year, we're thinking that's what we're going to have. And what happened to our offense?
First.
Went back to that again. Whereas it's predictable routes. You only play action so many times.
Yeah.
Before it works, you got to learn how to drop back and be able to put him in position to make plays and drop back, and we don't have that.
Yeah, because if you running out there 5 wide, you ain't running no play action.
Right. And so I'm just saying, Landry not being out there hurts us heavy. We find out how much it does hurt us.
Mm-hmm.
Third down.
But Odell is supposed to be that guy.
But Odell is not a third down guy.
Yeah.
He's a first and second down guy. Third down guy is the Landry, who's going to make that 5-6 yard catch.
Yeah.
Odell going to blow the roof off.
Why don't we start trying to blow the roof off sometime?
Again, let's go back to Stefanski.
Well, maybe that need to happen on Thursday then.
I know somebody who would blow the roof off.
DPJ.
Hugh Jackson.
Did he say Hugh Jackson?
He said that yesterday too. We gotta take another break. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM. We'll be right back.
No cash.
They can't lose this game on Thursday.
We're not coming here next week. We're taking a mental week off.
We've been between a rock and a hard spot.
Yeah, because Pittsburgh on the bye
A lot of
week.
people like I don't listen to Rick. I just think they need to put in position to play and make them do damage.
You know how much Ashton wanted?
Watch how much.
123.
That's what you're supposed to get.
120.
I seen
That's what 25 and some change over.
I seen lesser people get that more. I seen lesser players get more.
123 for 5 years, I think.
4 years.
4 years? Oh, yeah.
That's the max.
He's trying to cap Charlotte. Because you know Garland about to get at least 160.
Listen, and so they got to choose who they gonna take more.
That's why you don't drive back-to-back point guards. Boston did that. We need our Jason Tatum. When we gonna get our Jason Tatum?
I could go through a lot of stuff we should have had.
I
I'm talking about Cavs. I'm talking Cavs as a fan. So
I wanted them to get Brandon Ingram.
I don't talk as an analyst. I'm talking about the Cavs. Talk as a fan. Just know that. I'm putting it out there.
Huh?
I'm putting it out there. Just know that. I'll talk as a fan.
All right, welcome back to Her in the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM. This is your girl, Rachel Hill, the First Lady of Sports, and I'm here with Willie Epting, Marshawn Powers, and DJ Chris Styles in the house.
You get Willie all the way from Dallas, man. That's big time.
I got connects, man. I got connects. It's amazing what social media can do.
That's dope.
West Side Connect game, baby.
Yeah, Willie coming up here. He coming up to the frozen tundra to see that dub. See what we do to them Raiders.
Willie, welcome to Cleveland,
Man, after all we just got done saying about the Browns, you gonna really go there right now, dude?
I don't listen. It's analyst. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm talking to Marshawn.
Oh, listen, Willie. You my guy on any other day but that day, man. We gotta get that dub, man.
You still coming here for the game?
I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I'm gonna tell you why.
First.
Here we go.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because the once game, a game that was once so very enticing, after the series of events that took place in Vegas and what's going on up there now with you guys, it's not that enticing anymore. And I don't want to fly, halfway across the country.
You only come in a couple
It's only
states
about
away.
a 2-hour flight.
No.
Well, it also depends where you're flying in, because you may have a layover somewhere in Atlanta.
If you find out, fly to Love Field, it's a 2-hour flight.
I told Willie to fly Spirit. He don't want to fly Spirit.
No, I'm not doing that.
Christoph, you flying Spirit?
No, I'm really, really bougie, so I got I got United Airlines, I got American Airlines, and
He
I got
fly Abu Dhabi Air.
Yeah.
United Emirates.
Yeah, United Emirates. They got
Virgin Atlantic.
They got the Louis Vuitton seats.
Listen. I'm the guy that pays for first class or the extra room. I don't sit.
You do?
Yeah,
I never flew a first class in my life.
Absolutely.
I ain't paying $1,000 for a seat.
No, I have. One time I was in the military. They blessed me because I had my uniform.
Oh, that was nice.
I don't play around. I don't. My knees is not hurt for long place. No,
I'll be on Spirit like this,
California
y'all.
a lot, so I'm like that.
That's how
He be shaking
I'll be on
and
Spirit.
everything.
That's why I ain't flying on Spirit. I gotta have my leg room, kid.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? He agreed. Gotta have the leg room.
Hey, fellas, guess what though? It's the first night of the NBA.
Hey,
The NBA is back.
let's go.
So Cleveland Cavaliers, they
No
face
Cavs,
off.
Be nice.
No Cavs slam.
Be nice.
They face off on Friday against the Charlotte Hornets.
Be nice.
They play Friday and Saturday,
Listen,
which I didn't know they played Saturday as well.
On paper, we have the best roster in the league. I'm fighting.
What league?
Fighting.
Did you leave?
Hey,
On
fighting.
paper, what?
Listen,
What?
I'm gonna be honest. No Cavs slander.
What
Fighting.
kind?
Hey,
What kind of
listen.
paper?
Listen.
I don't know what he talking
Hey,
about.
this is the best thing I'm gonna say about the Cavs right now. Go get Ben Simmons.
Listen,
Go get Ben Simmons.
Willie, listen. I look at the Cavs as a Cavs fan. I don't look at it as a sports analysis. None of that. I'm ignorant to everything. So I'm letting you know I don't slander my Cavaliers at all. I know how bad they are.
Chetty Osman's favorite player.
Okay.
I'm always say they're great.
Listen,
Oh.
if they go get Ben Simmons, I'll get season tickets this year.
Man, please.
I'll get it.
We tried to get Ben. They tried though. They tried everything to get Ben.
Let me just say this. Let me say this about Ben Simmons and that whole Philadelphia 76ers situation. let me clear my throat.
Go ahead.
The Philadelphia 76ers have played themselves. They can put a quarter in themselves because they just played themselves. They have been asking for way too much, and I've been saying this all summer. They asking way too much for a dude that can't shoot outside of 6 feet.
He really can, but
He's a great passer, yes.
He can shoot.
He cannot shoot.
He can.
He can play some.
I've seen it up close and personal. He really can't shoot.
Yeah, he can't
He
shoot.
really can. He can. He can shoot. I don't need him to shoot threes. I need him to shoot mid range. That's it. I don't need him to shoot threes.
He can't even shoot mid range.
He really can.
He can't shoot mid range.
Hey, Willie, you I don't know. I mean, if you paid attention to the Philadelphia 76ers, they said this same thing about my guy Markelle Fultz. I saw Markelle in high school at DeMatha. I was living in DC then. Markelle can play. Markelle got game. But he went up to Philly. They made him look like a bum. Me personally, I feel like they trying to do the same thing with Ben Simmons. I think if Ben goes somewhere else, we're gonna see a different player. I think when playing in the Kristaps, tell me if I'm lying. Playing in Philadelphia as the same pressure as playing for the Browns.
Oh, man, playing in Philly is
Yeah,
heavy.
it's
Heavy.
But this
pressure. It's pressure.
Heavy.
I would like to say this though, in terms of Markelle Fultz and Ben Simmons. Markelle Fultz went out there and worked on his game. He went out there and worked on his game. What evidence have we seen of Ben Simmons getting better in the areas that he need to be more improved in over the last 3 years? What evidence have we seen of that? None.
Rich.
He got money. They
Rich.
paid him.
No, Rich. So Rich, his agent. So what the facility they got
in LA, right?
For all his all his clients work out in the same spot. And they work on their games. And I mean specifically working with LeBron James. That is documented. That is documented that I know close up and personal that I know he works on his game. Now I don't know what everybody's looking because they're here from here saying rumors, but he works on his game.
Yeah, you got to.
Nobody it's only a small amount of people who did not. Like AI really didn't work as much on his game.
Practice.
He was really a great player, right? But he shot around. He didn't stay. But guys are in the gym. Ben's in that gym working out. Yeah. He's working on his game.
I believe it. I'll tell you this. I've always, I know I shouldn't compare these two players, but they kind of the same in a sense a little bit. I always compare Ben and Giannis. Giannis got his own team. He got a bunch of shooters around him. Giannis couldn't shoot at first. I feel like if you give Ben that same structure with a lot of guys around him that can shoot and a big that can stretch out, that way he can space the floor and get to the rim and not have him and Embiid just don't work in my opinion. Never will work.
I think that's what it is.
Never works. Never will work. And Philly is taking Embiid's side. That's all. Essentially, that's all it really is. They going with Embiid was the process. They still on this whole process thing, and Ben never bought into the process. But I'll tell you this: if Ben come to Cleveland, hey, we clutch here, baby. Come to Cleveland. We'll put you with our new rookie, Okoro, Garland. Let's get this thing going.
But who would Cleveland have to give up to get Ben Simmons?
Young bull. You're gonna give up the young. They want a lot of
Colin
young guys.
Sexton.
They don't want picks. They want young guys.
Colin Sexton.
This one I'm offering right now. I love young Bull's heart. Man.
We gotta keep Taco Fall though.
I'm giving up young Bull. I'm giving up young Bull. I'm giving up Chetty Osman. I'm giving up what's my man that's always hurt with the foot injury? Dylan Windler. You take him too. I'm giving up all three of them.
I'm giving up everybody but Garland.
You giving up the rookie?
Everybody.
Carl.
But Philadelphia ain't gonna take that.
No, because you're right. I agree. They're not going to take it, but they're trying to get stuff that you're not going to pull from another team. Like the Cavs was giving up a lot of picks. They said they don't want picks. They want young players.
Yeah, because they know they're trying to win now.
Yeah, and then you're not, but no team is looking at you like, yeah, you're not getting that.
And they know Embiid is injury prone. They already see Embiid gonna miss a good 20 games a year. So why are we giving up?
I agree with you, Willie. Though I agree with you. We really have nothing going, but Colin, right?
Yeah.
And then Colin said he maybe the bum from Chicago we got.
Yeah.
We don't have much. We're gonna need a third team, but once they get desperate, and they're going to get desperate, then that's when the thing happens. Now we might not win out. Another team might win out because they might say, okay, we might need him more, and might got more wiggle room. But I think if he want to get his stock back up, to be better focused, his key is to come to Cleveland where you can hide out in Cleveland and do your thing, work on your game. If you want to leave after 2 or 3 years, then go ahead and be out. Right, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, he's got 3 years left on his contract.
Right. So you do that.
Give us a spark, and you scratch our backs, we scratch.
I mean,
Eight, seven,
does that make
seed.
sense? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
To hide out somewhere where it's not a big spotlight on you, just go do your thing. Cleveland fans ain't gonna bite down on you if you're doing what you're supposed to do. Right?
Yeah,
we only won 19 games.
Here's the problem with that, though. It's Ben Simmons. There's going to be the paparazzi everywhere. He ain't going to be able to hide in Cleveland because it's Ben Simmons and the story that has followed him.
But you can, though. That's the funny thing. You can hide. You know how many times Chloe and them was in Cleveland and all these other people and nobody knew?
Chloe who?
Kardashian.
The Kardashian.
Oh,
but,
I'm done.
I'm
done.
But listen, paparazzi follows them, though. Am I right?
And they love being here.
And they love being here because nobody knew who they were. I mean, you just care. It worked here. Crazy as it sounds, it works here. And you can hide here. And then leave when you're ready go to LA when LeBron leaves, then go do what you gotta do.
We'll take him here, Roland. We'll take him here. But that's our time, fellas. I'm so glad I had y'all here. Mr. Willie Epting,
I like Willie.
DJ Chris Styles gave his endorsement of approval. He said he likes you, Willie. We got Marshawn Powers, and for the First Lady of Sports, we are out of here. Her and the Huddle, WOVU 95.9 FM. All right, Willie, we holler at you.
All right, which one of y'all want to come on the Shake Back Sports Show on Thursday?
I might be going
I
to the
could do it.
game.
I could do it because I'm watching the game at home.
If I don't go
What
to
time though?
It'll be before the game.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it.
6 o'clock our time, 7 o'clock your time.
All right, that'll work.
I'll let you know because I might be going to the game.
Okay.
So I'll let you know.
All right.
Willie.
Yeah.
Hey, that email that you be texting us on that's in the text, is that where I can send that stuff to you? Or just text it to you?
What's that?
The picture and the stuff that you needed.
Yeah, you can just text it.
All right.
Yeah.
Willie, man, you're a good guy, man. You know your shit.
I appreciate it, man.
I like it.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate that.
I like it. I like it. You better than a lot of you. Better than Stephen A. Bum ass Smith.
I've been on his show 3 times, as a matter of fact.
I can't stand him right now at the moment.
Yeah. A lot of people can't. But
And-
anyway, I appreciate that, man. That means a lot to me. Appreciate that.
As a black man, I always say this. I know you got to be truthful, but you can't tear down a young black man, right?
Mhm.
You got to have that conversation with him. It's certain things you got to have a conversation with that you don't want America to know, right? I don't care how upfront you want to be or how transparent you want to be. It's certain situations you can't pile on where you know everybody else is going to pile on. Like you got to be that big bro. Like have the
What's
conversation
today?
behind
The 20th?
closed doors and make the conversation so you're not beating them down. Like I would never call
19?
another man stupid.
Damn.
I would never call another black man stupid or a dummy.
Mm-hmm.
What to do? You just can't because he didn't get this far for being a dummy.
Right.
He did not. So I think that's very disrespectful to say that. And that's what anybody would say something on air to do that. Especially I would never call another black man a dummy.
Mm-hmm.
Up front for now. Behind closed doors, we talk. I'm like, yo, this is a dumb move, dude. Like you need to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. Yeah, I got
I know you gotta be loud obnoxious, but it's him. At some point, you gotta you know, and so that bothers me about him. Yeah, that bothers me for him saying that. Not the right of him trying to do what he want to do. If you don't want to take the shit, he want to take the shit. I don't make him a dummy. I make him.
Who did that?
Let's wait and see his decision.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my only problem with Stephen A. right now.
Cool dude to talk to.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Man.
I feel you. But I appreciate it. Rachel, we on tomorrow too, right? Or is it another,
Yeah.
is it another PTO day?
Willie know everything.
No, Willie's good. I like it.
Willie know about everything.
So who we got today?
All right.
Okay, I'll let you.
All right.
Okay. All right, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's apparently his parents go to church. I'm like,